Our modern version of Buddha. The Buddha, Nick, lives with many luxuries in his life, one of which is much money and jewels and luxuries that his father gave him. However, his father, the king, sheltered him from all evil-doing and wrongdoing in the harsh reality that they lived in. So, he would be protected from anything that could negatively impact him.
Once escaping life in the pleasure palace, the Buddha came across 4 passing sights, which led him on the great going forth.
The Buddha came across a sick man, which opened his eyes to the illnesses within the world.
The second passing sight, the old man, showed him that everyone ages, and he will too one day.
The third passing sight, the dead man, showed him that everything has its time in life, and everything will die when it comes their time.
The wandering ascetic showed him that despite all of the horrible things in the world that he had witnessed, there could still be happiness in life through meditation and peace and tranquility and prayer and other such religious practices. Cindy is now Buddha.
The great going forth in his wandering asceticism. To live is to suffer. In the Buddha's life, his suffering was when he first entered the world, when he lost his mother 7 days after he was born.
The second noble truth that Buddha discovered was that all suffering has a cause, and that cause is desire. Izzy's desire to drink the clearly alcoholic drink will later cause her suffering.
The third noble truth is that suffering can be brought to cessation. Clearly, Izzy's alcoholic drink can be brought to cessation when somebody stops her from drinking it.
The fourth noble truth is that suffering can be prevented by following the Noble Eightfold Path. After suffering, one can come out more enlightened and can be better served to search for peace. The first mark of existence is having no self, which means you are very unselfish with your things and your time, and you care for others. The second mark of existence is impermanence. Impermanence, in the Buddhist sense, is when you have a recognition that your material belongings are not important and will not follow you after you die. The third mark of existence is suffering. This means that you know as a Buddhist that once you live, that there will inevitably be suffering in your life.
The Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree for a very long time, waiting for something to enlighten him and for him to realize that his life can bring him meaningfulness. And that came to him when the morning star came. While the Buddha was meditating under the Bodhi tree, he had an encounter with a demon named after Mara. And Mara was this demon who sent many half-naked women to tempt the Buddha into resisting and not completing his meditation and coming to his full understanding with his meaningful purpose.
未错过，我也愿打俺给这下雨。你当中你真的是为退出，看着苍茫落水是令人佩服，龙不得出去，处女吹走，天也不得样，皮给出去，拖地有阿妈如个老啊，车子有人为叫我说啊，样不赢的要我切嘛样的独家，电车子有drock在打鼓呀，处女吞走吹走，昂你不当你不棒你不啷当行不？喂，给前面就满水的，要真的。 陪秀，淑女吹走，天也不得，看着苍茫老秀，刚都说要叫我说俺子叫我土用。陪秀，淑女吹走，天也不得，看着苍茫老秀，刚都说。
The Buddha considered something called dharma as the natural law applied to the problem of all human suffering. Karma leads to future consequences. The Buddha was either going to become a world leader or a religious person. However, he was led to become a religious person instead of the world leader that his father thought he was going to become. The Noble Eightfold Path, also called the Middle Way, is what the Buddha achieved after going through his contemplation of suffering within his life. He discovered that the combination of nirvana, dharma, and karma would make his life whole and would bring him to a happier state than he used to be at.
In Buddhism, there are 5 precepts. They are not killing or causing harm to other living beings, and this is the fundamental ethical principle for Buddhism. Also, not taking the not given, avoiding sexual misconduct, avoiding false speech, and finally, abstaining from drink and drugs that can cloud the mind.